The levels of the hormones involved in the menstrual cycle can be shown on a graph. For the exams, you should be able to extract and interpret data from graphs showing hormone levels during the menstrual cycle. You don't need to memorize the exact shape of the graph. So then with this graph, you can see on the x-axis, we have the day of cycle going from day 1 to day 28 and hormone levels on the y-axis. The blue dashed line shows FSH, the purple dashed line shows estrogen, the green solid line shows LH, and the orange dashed line shows levels of progesterone. So what does this graph show us? FSH rises first, followed by estrogen, LH, and progesterone. So then at this point on the graph, you can see that FSH is the first hormone to start increasing. Just after this increases, you can see that the estrogen starts to increase, followed by LH, and finally progesterone increases around here. You might find it useful to remember the order of increases by using FOLP, which stands for FSH, estrogen, LH, and progesterone. So how can we explain the shape of this graph? So remember that FSH increases first. The rise in levels of FSH causes a rise in levels of estrogen. So on the graph, the FSH is represented by this blue dashed line, and you can see where this starts to increase. You can see that just after this increase, the purple line starts to increase. This purple line shows estrogen levels. The increased estrogen inhibits FSH, so FSH levels fall. So on the graph, you can see that after estrogen rises, there's a dip in FSH levels. Estrogen stimulates the release of LH, which peaks at day 14 to trigger ovulation. This peak is quite easy to see around number 3 here. What you're looking for is a peak in this solid green line. Ovulation causes an increase in the level of progesterone at the end of the cycle. So you can see that after the ovulation, which lines up with the peak here, we see progesterone levels start to increase in this last section of the cycle.